Hello everyone, you're welcome to solve this nice algebra problem, which is x to the power of 6 plus 64. This is equal to 0. So what are the values of x? Now let's provide a solution from here. Now we have x to the power of 6 plus 64. This is equal to 0. We can express x to the power of 6 as x to the power of 2 raised to the power of 3, then plus 64, which is 4 to the power of 3. This is equal to 0. This equation here, this is in the form of a to the power of 3. This is the sum of two cubes expressed as a plus b into the parentheses. This is the same thing as a to the power of 2 minus ab plus b to the power of 2. From this equation here, we have that a is equal to x to the power of 2, and we have that b is equal to 4. Now, this means we have x squared plus 4 cross the parentheses. Then we have x to the power of 2 raised to the power of 2 minus 4 x to the power of 2, then plus 4 squared, which is equal to 16. This is equal to 0. Now we have got two parts here. We have x to the power of 2 plus 4. This is equal to 0. Then we have x to the power of 2 raised to the power of 2 minus 4x to the power of 2 plus 16. This is equal to 0. From the first part here, we have that x squared, this is equal to negative 4. This is equal to negative 4. Now this means that to solve for x here, let's introduce a square root on both sides. We have the square root of x squared. This is equal to plus or minus the square root of negative 4. So let's eliminate the square root sign here. This means that x is equal to plus or minus the square root of negative 4, which you can express as 4 times negative 1. So this implies that x here is equal to plus or minus square root of 4, this is 2, square root of minus 1, this is I. So we have the first solution here, that is x1 is equal to 2i, and x2, this is equal to negative 2i. These are the two complex solutions. These are the first two complex solutions under case 1. Now let's proceed to this case here. Let's call this case 2. Let's proceed to case 2. In the second case here, we have x to the power of 2 raised to the power of 2 minus 4x squared plus 16, where we can let x to the power of 2 be equal to u. So let's substitute u here so that we have u squared minus 4u plus 16. This is equal to 0. Now this is a quadratic equation, and we have that a is equal to 1, b is equal to negative 4, and we have that c is equal to 16. Now we can solve for u by applying the quadratic formula, which is minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2 times a. Now let's substitute a, b, and c into this formula here, so that we have negative times negative 4 plus or minus the square root of negative 4 raised to the power of 2 minus 4 times a, which is 1, then times c, which is 16, divided by 2 times 1. Now this is to mean that we have minus times minus 4, this is 4, plus or minus the square root of minus 4 squared, this is equal to 16, negative 4 times 1 times 16, this is minus 64, divided by 2. So this means that we have 4 plus or minus the square root of 16 minus 64. This is negative 48 divided by 2. Now this implies that here we have 4 plus or minus the square root of negative 48, which we can express as 16 multiplied by 3 multiplied by negative 1, everything here divided by 2. So we have 4 plus or minus the square root of 16, this is 4. Then we have the square root of minus 1, the square root of minus 1. This is the same thing as I. So we have 4I square root of 3 divided by 2. Now, in the numerator here, we have that 2 is common. We can factor out 2 so that now 4 divided by 2, this is 2 plus or minus 4I square root of 3 divided by 2. This is 2I square root of 3 divided by 2. Now let's simplify 2 and 2 here so that we have u is equal to 2 plus or minus 2I square root of 3. Now, if you recall, we insist that we let x to the power of 2 be equal to u. So this means that x to the power of 2, this is equal to, this is 2 plus or minus 2I square root of 3. Now, the next step is that we can express 2 plus or minus 2I square root of 3 as, this is x squared, this is the same thing as, we have 3 plus or minus 2I square root of 3 subtract 1. If we say 3 minus 1, this is 2. Then we have plus or minus 2I square root of 3. Now the next step is that we have x to the power of 2. This is equal to, now we have negative 1 here. We can express negative 1. This is the same thing as I squared. Negative 1 is the same thing as I squared. So this is to mean that we have 3 plus or minus 2I square root of 3 plus I squared. We can express 3 if we have square root of a to the power of 2. This is the same thing as a. This is to mean that square root of 3 raised to the power of 2. This is the same thing as 3. Now substituting this, we have x to the power of 2. This is equal to square root of 3 raised to the power of 2. Then we have plus or minus 2 times I times square root of 3, then plus I squared. Now, we have that this is in the form of a squared plus b squared plus or minus 2ab, which we can express as, this is the same thing as a plus or minus b raised to the power of 2. Applying this property, then we have x to the power of 2. This is equal to square root of 3. We have plus or minus I raised to the power of 2. To solve for x here, we introduce square root on both sides. We have the square root of x squared. This is equal to plus or minus the square root of root 3 plus or minus I raised to the power of 2. Now this means we can eliminate the square root sign here, and that means that x is equal to plus or minus, again we eliminate the square root sign here, plus or minus root 3 plus or minus I. Now we have x is equal to plus or minus square root of 3 plus or minus I. So this is the solution to this algebra problem. So we also have two other complex solutions here. Kindly follow the steps, like this video, and kindly subscribe. Please like this video and subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye bye for now.